Enjoy the strap. Hey everybody, welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. I'm Kevin Pereira, and I am... Hey!
You already winded? You already winded.
I am back with a whimper.
Don't ever leave me, Kevin Pereira.
I'm sorry, I had to go on the road and, you know, get the Hep C, but I'm better now.
He's back,
I'm just weak. It's good to be back. Thank you guys. Thank you. I missed you. I
missed you too. Don't leave me again.
We talked every night on the road.
We did. Tell you bedtime stories.
Are you still alive? Cool.
You guys, I'm ENunn and very thankful to have this man back in my life. We're coming to you live from the G4 studios right here in Los Angeles on Tuesday, December 11th.
It sounded sincere.
It was sincere. I missed you so much.
That hurts. That's a weird emotion. Stop it with that. It's not robotic enough. On today's show, it's every guy's Japanese schoolgirl fantasy if that fantasy involves cybernetic body parts and hundreds of gallons of bloodshed.
It does.
It should. It should. It's all in around the net. Then Chris Score is here for another DV Doomsday, and he's bringing the latest Pirates of the Caribbean. Is it Caribbean?
I'm not sure.
And Harry Potter discs. He's got them both. They're here.
Potato. Plus, we'll put AT&T's sleek new Pantech Duo and Tilt mobile phones side by side for some hot mobile versus mobile product comparison on GadgetPod. And we're going planetary in the Loop Global Edition to talk to Japan and Dubai about Wii shortages and banned frontmen from YouTube.
But first, let's go to the web and see what should live and what should die.
That's right. Beg for mercy. It's the top 5 items in Around the Net.
It's been a while.
I know. Are you good?
I look.
You're here. You're here.
Wait.
No,
you're pointing there.
No, I know, but you look there.
Today's number 5 is a new solution to the age-old question, what do you do when a bro is passed out on your couch?
Well, there are actually many solutions come to my mind. That's right. Yeah. You could molest him, but not in a gay way.
No.
Or you could draw genitals on his face with a Sharpie, but not in a gay way.
Well, that could be in a gay way, actually.
It could be in a gay way. Depends on how descriptive it is.
Well, if you attach the Sharpie with a Velcro belt and then grab his face and actually draw with a series, it's like a quick...
You've had too much time on your hand this last week.
I'm just saying, you know, it gets lonely on the road.
Yeah, it does. Aww. That's where the Hep C came in?
It totally did.
Dirty.
Never use another man's markers.
Let's face it, though, you guys. Those tricks that we've been talking about have been done.
Yes.
Celebrating our nation's independence at the same time, that's another story.
Oh, God, I'm deaf.
God, looks like your brother.
It did kind of look like my brother.
Looks like your brother a little bit.
Yeah. You know, we live in a country where you can get so drunk that loud explosions won't even wake you up. The Pilgrims would be so proud.
That's right.
They would.
And the Indians who we stole their country and killed all their people.
Yeah,
They'd be proud of us,
They were
too.
harmed by the loud noises.
That's right.
Those were muskets.
Kevin, I actually have to say that I enjoyed that potentially limb-destroying firecracker video at number 5.
I'm glad you enjoyed that a little.
Well, I did, but, you know, this past week I have toned down a little bit, and I'm going to ask for something a little bit more wholesome for you. Number 4, anything sweeter?
Wow, it's weird coming back to this new Olivia sincerely misses me, a little wholesome. Actually, we can do that.
Okay.
Let's do that. Today's number 4 actually comes to us from a high school wheelbarrow race.
Oh.
As we all know, the key to winning these events, teamwork, practice, and precision.
Do you think that you and I could do that?
No, not today. We could try.
You know
but
what? I would like to try. During the holidays, we should get together and try to see if we can do that.
Let's do it. Let's chug eggnog and then try it, because that can only end.
You know why I'm jealous of those guys? Because I think that I'm willing to bet that they got a full-page feature in the school paper the next week. I never got one of those.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was okay, but I think our team has some pretty great moves of its own, and I don't think they get enough recognition, to be honest.
You know what? You're right. A lot of people don't know this, but we actually have our very own Attack of the Show Cats wheelbarrow racing team. They have been practicing all year, and you know what? I think they're ready to run.
Do you think they are now?
I think they might be.
All right, well, let's do it. Ready, team?
All right, go! Man. Wow, it's really great. Oh my God.
They did it!
Yay!
Yeah! They did.
You guys are gonna make varsity. How'd that pop?
They're balloons. Sometimes they do that.
I had a varsity joke.
Did you?
But it couldn't hear it.
And number 3 today is another groundbreaking report from the Onion News Network.
Oh, the Onion News Network, my favorite network of all. You may think the spirit of Christmas is just hanging out on the holidays, giving good vibes out to everybody, but you'd be wrong. So many people needlessly suffer during the holiday season.
Sure.
All across the country, those at the top of the economic ladder are denied a privilege that the poorest of the poor take for granted. Rather than fall victim to the rampant consumerism that seems to increase each year, the poor find meaningful joy in simple Christmas traditions, like singing carols to keep warm and hugging relatives who have not yet died.
Poor people are grateful for just a roof over their heads or something to eat. My wife and I are both lawyers, so that's not enough for us. I certainly hope poor people don't take what they don't have for granted.
I just think that the poor should do a lot more for us rich people. I mean, it's Christmas after all.
For the sake of the millions of materialistic Americans out there, let's hope the poor heed this call.
We all wish we were poor this holiday season.
True. No one should really have to suffer like that during the most magical time of the year.
That's right. Well, you know, the rich aren't the only ones who suffer. You see, Kevin and I both carry a heavy cross during the holidays.
Every holiday season, we attractive, thin people are faced with a horror. The horror of eating.
From eggnog to fruitcake to glazed ham, the holidays are a minefield of high-calorie foods, and that's why we need your help, fatties.
See, we svelte, gorgeous God amongst men are highly susceptible to these delicious treats, and even so much as smelling a cranberry coconut macaroon would ruin our Hollywood figures.
You can help by eating all that rich calorie-stuffed food before we even get to the holiday party. Listen, you're already fat and hideous. Don't let us get that way, too.
Touching message.
That's right. We need fatties in the world.
To make us look
we need you
better.
guys. Today's number 2 is a match made in heaven, sports and drinking. Now, nothing fuels the competitive fires more than rot gut booze.
Yeah.
Well, well, there might be one thing. Freddie Mercury.
Oh.
Huh? See what I did there?
I see what you.
I
liked what you did because I saw it.
Yeah. Don't pop balloons anymore.
"We Will Rock You" is it's a classic rock anthem. It's been completely run into the ground by sporting events. Remember, kids, if you go to a hockey game and decide to fall down drunk during some impromptu karaoke, you might end up on camera. I mean, there are only 200 or so there. Did anybody at home, could you see it on the camera, Olivia's ninja balloon popping skills, where I'm doing my read and she goes, as if that's not a bit of a giveaway.
Did it not scare you?
No, I kind of saw it coming.
I don't want to hear it. Look, you guys just saw a clip, and a lot of people have asked about my dad. You know, my mom is remarried. That is actually my biological father, and I would like to apologize for his behavior. The guy just really likes Queen and the Islanders, and, you know, who doesn't, really, so...
He just doesn't like his biological kids.
No, he doesn't.
Let's just leave them and go to the grocery store. Never come back.
But now that I'm on TV, he's been contacting me.
Oh my God, right? I love it. Love it. Is he gonna get top 8 him?
No.
No? You know, send him a cupcake on Facebook?
My biological father, for my college graduation, gave me an IOU for $1,000. I swear to God.
That's sweet. And some scotch tape for your heart. It's like, there you go, sweetheart. You'll be fine. I'll tell you you're pretty someday. Finally, we go to Japan for our number 1 around the net. Well, the land of the rising sun may be technologically advanced. We get that. Their cinema is a whole other story.
Quite simply, it's completely effed up. Their idea of a
that's
good
one way to say
night
it.
at the movies is catching a matinee of Ichi the Killer or Tetsuya the Iron Man. That's the movie with the drill penis.
Yes.
You guys know that one? And you know the first one too, don't you?
Very well. It's the skin hooks in the back, and he's got his face cut. All right, never mind. We love them. We love the Japanese for it. We love their movies. Noboru Iguchi.
Say it right.
Noboru Iguchi. And other Japanese cult filmmakers have come together to make the ultimate underground cult movie. It is. Please, do the honors. Machine Gun.
Does that sound like it?
Tempura, machine guns.
Well, I'd like to address all of the Hollywood actresses out there. Stop complaining about a lack of good developed roles. It is obvious they are plentiful supply. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, I fully expect this to get remade in America. You know, except Hannah Montana will play the lead, and they'll change the machine gun into a blow dryer or something. But
How do you know who Hannah Montana is?
Look, she's huge with the demo. It's,
With our demo?
It's season past. My TiVo recommended it because it saw that I like Ultimate Fighting and Dirt Cross. So, you know, it's like, hey, Hannah Montana.
Welcome back, Kevin Pereira.
Good to be back. Thank you. Stop. It's good to be back. That's real. To get your daily viral fix, go to g4tv.com/AroundTheNet. Sign up for the Around the Net podcast.
Don't do it.
I was going to put it under your foot for you. Right now, it's time for the only news you need to know. Here's Kristen Hall with the feed headlines.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, YouTube is opening up its wallet and paying the players. Plus, John Singleton has signed on to direct an adaptation of a classic 80s television program. And we've got all the info on the new heroic Halo 3 map pack. It's all coming your way in just a few minutes. But first, back to you guys.
Thanks, Kristen. Now, we have got the latest gadgets, DVDs, news from around the globe, and a new Kevin Pereira. It's what we do. Stop it!
Here's what's coming up on today's Attack of the Show. The holidays are here, but We Production still can't meet demand. So we're chatting with Dubai about their supply in The Loop Global Edition. Plus, Kristen finds out how Will Smith dealt with a dog as a leading lady in disaster epic I Am Legend. And we're reviewing 2 new 3G phones from AT&T to let you know whether you should go Duo or Tilt on Gadget Prime. We're slashing prices when the attack comes back.
Video games are too violent. You need a good kick in the head. Adam vs. Adam starts in 60 seconds. All in. Video games are becoming more and more violent. It's irresponsible and bad for gaming. Game designers need to rein in the gore. Slow down there, Jack Thompson Jr. There is no evidence that violent video games are harmful. In fact, some studies suggest that actually the simulated violence is therapeutic. Well, it's clearly done wonders for you. Games like Manhunt 2, which is nothing more than torture porn, use violence in place of innovative plots, characters, or gameplay. Regardless of its harmful effects, it's just lazy, and it makes the whole industry look bad. But in many instances, the violent gameplay is itself innovative. Well, blood and guts are a poor substitute for true drama and excitement. It's like a movie that flashes boobs at you and calls it a romance. But I like boobs. You are a boob. I'm Adam Sessler, and this guy is an idiot.
You double DP.
Video games are evolving. And now, so are we. Introducing the all-new X-Play. Now with news, reviews, tweets, demos, interactivity.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
The all-new X-Play, January 14th, only on G4.
Welcome back to the show. It's Tuesday, December 11th. I'm Kristen Holt, and it's time to start the feed. It pays to shower chocolate rain over the internet. The big news today is that YouTube will be sharing ad revenue with its creators. The program will now be open to anyone in the U.S. and Canada who uploads content. The site hopes that it will spur creativity amongst the users and encourage advertisers to buy ad time at the beginning of YouTube clips. Congratulations to Google and YouTube for finding a way to pay creators for content distributed over the internet, where many media outlets claim to fail. Director John Singleton has signed on to direct the feature film adaptation of The A-Team, about the mercenaries that could solve your problems if you could find them. Both Singleton and the show's creator, Stephen J. Cannell, said that their film would have a much more dangerous tone than the TV shows, where bullets flew every episode, but nobody ever seemed to get hurt. No word on casting, but we pity the fool that doesn't cast Mr. T in a cameo. Christmas has come home early for Halo fans everywhere. 3 new multiplayer maps are available right now for Halo 3. Standoff is a symmetrical valley with 2 entrenched bases. Rat's Nest is an indoor labyrinth built for vehicles and races. And Foundry is being touted as the ultimate customizable map. The maps are playable in matchmaking right now, but you don't have to purchase them to play in match-made games. Nice work, Microsoft. These 3 maps will be free in the spring when the next round of maps is released. We all know that thinner is better when it comes to laptops, and Dell has announced that their new Latitude XT 12.1-inch convertible tablet PC is the thinnest ever made. The device will use capacitive technology for a proper multi-touch experience, and with a weight of 4 pounds, it's also the lightest tablet PC on the market. So for those of you playing the home game, that's Dell 2, everyone else 0. And finally, Honda has announced changes to the intelligence features of Asimo robots. The improvements will enable the robots to operate autonomously with humans and other Asimos, which supposedly will make them more suitable for real-world use. The new technologies include an automatic charging function, the ability to avoid obstacles by stepping back or yielding to oncoming objects, and the ability to perform tasks such as carrying trays or pushing trolleys. Call me when they include making me a drink and not killing me in my sleep. Well, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Get all the news you need to know anytime at g4tv.com. I'm Kristen Holt, and you've just been fed.
All right, thanks, Kristen. It's time for some video viewer mail courtesy of our army of monitor heads.
This message is from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Yes, we get you up here too. All right, guys, I was wondering 2 things. Number 1, is there any chance that we're ever going to get to see you up here in Canada? My second question is, you always have a bunch of contests and prizes and whatever you give away on G4. But I've noticed there's none available for Canada. Have you guys forgotten the love? The love for the Great White North? Hollywood North?
First of all, that was a lot of analogies for Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
One too many.
West Hollywood North.
Second of all, I did go to Canada for rock, paper, scissors.
Hello.
Where were you?
And you beat the entire country.
I actually did. They asked me never to come back because that's how good I was.
You've been now banished from Canada.
But I'll come back.
You will.
I'll come back. You know, the next.
You'll never know the joys of Future Shop.
I never will. But just so you know, G4 apparently our lawyers have a thing against Canada because apparently, like, you guys aren't allowed to win anything because you're not an American citizen.
Right.
So that sucks for you, but you should write.
Plus, your currency is worth more now, and that pisses us off.
No, it really does.
Because what is it? Is it syrup?
The currency is syrup.
You know what I mean? It's like, packets. They're like coins.
Well, I don't really know what to say to that.
Me neither.
G4 doesn't care if you're naughty or nice. Either way, you can still win everything on your Christmas list.
Oh.
That's where Kevin comes in. Remember this? Free stuff returns for the holidays.
This is the one where the ad says, like, and 2 chimps, and then it's like Morgan and my face pop up on the ad. I'm like, thanks. Thanks, graphics department.
Well, that's right. Morgan, as he said, Morgan Webb and Kevin will lead you through the newest and sweetest swag, and then they just give it all away. Who came up with this idea?
That's what we do. It's crazy.
It's so crazy.
Christmas
But we get it for free, so we just give it away for free.
Don't tell them that. Christmas Day, watch the show and log on to our website, g4tv.com/free stuff. You plug in the secret codes that the monkeys will actually give you during the commercial break.
So you have to watch the commercial break.
You have to stay tuned, and you'll see if you've won. Here's the best part, though. G4 is actually sending one lucky winner to Japan.
What?
We're sending them with a guest and 100,000 yen, which is like $1.50 of walking around money. You can hit Akihabara, treat yourself to a Japanese robot with soft, supple hands.
That is amazing.
Yeah, you deserve it. We're going to do that for you.
That's a great prize, you guys. There's a ton of great show left, and that's not a fatty joke. Please, don't touch the remote.
YouTube created Journey's newest frontman, but how does the world feel about streaming internet stardom? Find out in The Loop Global Edition. And we're sitting down with Will...
G4 is like having a butt-beaming robot whose job is to tune you into game reviews and other fun stuff to watch. G4 is totally like that. Kind of.
Welcome back, everybody. Right now, we're going global to all parts of the Earth. It's time to check in with our own national man of mystery. It's Kevin Pereira.
It's not that mysterious, it's just strep. Airline companies are experimenting with in-flight internet service. Nintendo is still underproducing Wii's. Journey finds their new frontman on YouTube, of all places. And we explore how the rest of the world feels about Hollywood blockbusters. It's time to go live with The Loop Global Edition. Wow, was that a TIE fighter? Damn, that was epic. Our guest tonight from the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, senior consultant with GDS Knowledge Consultants, Brian Parks joins us, and in Tokyo, Japan, editor for CheapAssGamer.com, David Abrams is back for more. Welcome to the Global Loop, everybody. Let's start with a little discussion about airlines. I was flying all around the country this last week, and I was completely frustrated that there was just an utter lack of data and connectivity when you're hours and hours in the air. And airline companies are now finally experimenting with messaging abilities and in-flight internet services here in the States. But Brian, international airlines have had Wi-Fi for years, so why has it been so slow to be implemented here in the States? I mean, obviously people in the U.S. use the internet.
Well, Kevin, I don't know. I think that actually it's pretty spotty in terms of international service for internet on the airlines. I live here in Dubai. I think 40 million people are going to be passing through the airport this year, and I don't know of anybody that's getting internet service around here. If they do come up with it, I tell you, it would be a hit. Dubai likes its VIP services and other extras and perks. I think people would like it here.
David, you know, Boeing was a company that invested billions of dollars, and they spent 6 years trying to get this technology to go. Then they sort of just walked away from it. What happened?
Well, I think it's not so much Boeing's fault, and certainly $1 billion to Boeing is like nothing. But the airlines, you know, they charge a lot of money to use, you know, like $10 an hour to use internet on an airplane. I mean, personally, I would rather, my favorite form of in-flight entertainment is just slipping into an ambient coma.
Well, that's okay. That's a given. But you know, I guess the question is, if they have the technical capabilities, even if only some places have it, to get Wi-Fi, to get internet features onto a plane, why isn't it here? I mean, is it just that there's not a demand? Because yes, I know Ambient is the second choice to the Nintendo DS for most people, but wouldn't internet be number one if it was there?
I don't know. I don't think that people really need to be surfing the internet on the airplane all that much. And
go ahead, continue. All right, we'll leave that discussion go. Wi-Fi on planes is one thing. Satellites without a delay is an entire one. Let's move on to the Nintendo Wii, because more than a year after being launched, Wiis are still widely popular. Nintendo's still unable to meet consumer demand at best. Apparently, they're cutting all the advertising for the Wii out for this holiday season because they just can't make enough of them. So, David, we'll start with you. Despite the company's denial, I mean, is the shortage actually a strategic move by Nintendo to maintain people's interest in the console?
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, that's a really bad business move.
I can't believe.
Hold on. Let's start with David here. My apologies, David. What do you think? You know, I don't know how it is in Japan, but I know here in the States you simply can't get one. So, is it a strategic move?
No, I mean, first of all, in Japan, they're everywhere. It's no problem to get one, but I know in the US and Europe, it's really hard. I think that Nintendo would really rather sell as many of these as possible, as soon as possible. They just made a gamble. They decided, you know, we don't want to be left with excess Wiis in inventory, and they made a decision, and it may wind up biting them.
Now, Brian, what's the situation like in Dubai? I mean, in the US, people are waiting in lines for days to get a Wii. Are shoppers there doing the same?
Well, they're not waiting in lines for days, but they are flying off the shelves as soon as they hit the shelves. Most of the stores, the gaming stores, the big box retailers here, they're selling out almost immediately. And compared to the PS3 or the Xbox 360, the Wii is the hot thing here. So I think people are going to be willing to wait for it. It's just that unique input-output system that the Wii has that people are just digging. They love it.
And Brian, do you think that these shortages could actually hurt the company, or is this just going to create more mass hysteria and create, you know, more hype for the console that's going to last into the next year?
I think this could hurt the company if they don't fix it pretty soon. You know, if you've got a friend that's got some geek credibility and you go to them and you're asking, where can I pick up a Wii? And if their impression is that you can't get a Wii somewhere, they're going to recommend go pick up an Xbox 360, go get a PS3. They're going to start recommending other things. People are going to start going to that. They're going to start picking up what's on the shelf rather than waiting for the Wii. So I think they need to fix it soon, or it's going to hurt them in the long term.
All right, David, and we'll come to you for the final question. I mean, when it comes to political or economical agendas, I mean, we know the world absolutely loves the USA, but what about our cinema? You know, like the Golden Compass opened this past weekend and did very well, both domestically and internationally, but there's been a lot of controversy about, like, the movie's alleged anti-religion message. Did that cause any sort of an uproar there?
No, I don't think so. I mean, American movies are super popular in Japan. There's more American movies playing here than Japanese movies. And certainly, I don't think Japan really cares about religion that much that it's going to stop anybody from going to see a movie.
And Brian, very quickly, was it the same situation in Dubai? Did people care about the Golden Compass, or were they turned away by the controversy?
I don't think they care about, I don't think they care about that, Kevin. I think they love American movies. Sharon Stone and George Clooney are in town right now for the Dubai Film Festival. They love it. They'll lap it up.
Well, hopefully they're able to check their Hotmail while they were flying over there. I highly doubt it, though. Thanks very much to our guests, Brian and David. Thank you guys so much for keeping us in the loop. Now, working on her own international fame, let's go over to Miss Olivia Munn.
Thanks, Kev. This season delivered a bumper crop of excellent video games, and I'm targeting all of them in Attack This. First up is the Orange Box. The citrus-sounding bundle of games is finally out for the PS3, and we think it's worth a quick reminder. Half-Life 2 includes the first game, as well as the 2 sequels, and leads you through the head crab-filled sci-fi world of Mr. Freeman. Team Fortress 2 is an all-out multiplayer madness with 9 playable classes, each with its own unique style of dismemberment. And Portal is a morbidly comedic puzzle where you use physics and a portal gun to escape a research maze while a crazy computer gives you bad advice and tempts you with the prospect of cake. The Orange Box is out for $60, and if that isn't a good value, I really don't know what is. Our next big title is Unreal Tournament 3 for the PS3. Now, this rendition features a storyline that isn't so much about tournaments as much as straight-up warfare. Take over enemy territory and get revenge on those who wiped out your colony either by yourself or with friends using online co-op. And, of course, the real draw of this game comes from the multiplayer. The game includes 6 multiplayer modes, including Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, Duel, and Warfare, and a wide variety of shiny weapons, making sure the murdering never gets boring. Now, it's been a while since we've had an RTS, and if you're into those games, we've got Universe at War, Earth Assault. Isn't it strange how aliens always want to duke out their problems on Earth instead of in space? The aliens in question this time are the Novus, a sentient race of machines who rely on micromanagement and hit-and-run attacks. The Masari, ancient gods of Earth who polarize between extreme offensive and defensive tactics, and the hierarchy, your standard aliens who make large machines to crush people. None of these factions care about humanity, so whoever wins, we lose. Oh well. Finally, we've got Super Swing Golf Season 2 for the Nintendo Wii. This sequel keeps with the fun original control scheme, but adds more to the gameplay types. Single player has your character running a board game, completing certain golf objectives, and pimping it out with all the fabulous gear you can find. Season 2 also throws in a few party favors. You and 3 others can compete in such games as golf darts and balloon popping, but If that isn't enough, the game equips you to inflict cutesy, torturous distractions upon each other, and then makes me hit the table and hit my funny bone when the balloon pops. And the only thing more fun than golf is heckling and watching me get hurt. Head on over to g4tv.com/AOTS for info on all these new games and more. You guys don't go anywhere. AOTS returns to Spike Your Eggnog.
Coming up. You are not the father. Coming up on the next AOTS.
Don't worry, it's not yours.
We'll show you the exclusive world premiere of the new trailer for 10,000 BC. Guess where you're going to see it first, Olivia? Guess where? Here.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
What a big surprise, because we're talking about it. Plus, we continue our Gadgetron countdown and review a new Nokia internet tablet that's as easy to use as Firefox.
That is easy.
To use as Firefox. And in Asian Underground, we'll introduce to you Japan's answer to Michael Bay, a guy making kick-ass Asian movies, including a Godzilla film.
Oh, nice. You have to make one of those in Japan. It's like an art film. All students have to make a giant lizard attacking a city movie.
Now, racist, thank you. Now, for all things you guys saw today and more, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
We'll see you later. You made one.
I did. I'm Asian.
Oh, my God.
Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me back, by the way.